So, over the past couple of years, Microsoft has been purchasing a lot of studios for Xbox, and we're not just talking one or two. They've really wanted to make sure that they are like 20 steps ahead of their competition. They've purchased Obsidian, Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, Havoc, Mojang. I mean, the list goes on, but now they have made one of the biggest power plays in the industry that we've seen by purchasing Bethesda and their parent company ZeniMax Media for $7.5 billion, meaning Bethesda is now a first-party developer for Xbox. The article that I am going to be referencing is from PCGamer.com. Microsoft now owns The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Doom. Microsoft has snared itself a mammoth acquisition and is now the new owner of ZeniMax Media, the parent company of Bethesda Softworks. This means The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Quake, Dishonored, and countless more huge series now fall under the Xbox umbrella. The deal was announced by Xbox boss Phil Spencer. He said Bethesda games have always had a special place on Xbox and in the hearts of millions of gamers around the world. Our teams have had a close and storied history working together, from the amazing first Doom, innovating games on PCs, to Bethesda bringing their first console game to the original Xbox, the groundbreaking The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. Over the years, I've had many deep conversations with the creative leaders at Bethesda on the future of gaming, and we've long shared similar visions for the opportunities for creators and their games to reach many more players in many ways. Here is a list of studios that come with the acquisition, which compromises about 2,300 people, and here are their most notable games: Alpha Dog Games, which does mobile games; Arcane Studios, Dishonored; Arcane Studios, Austin. Then we have Bethesda Game Studios, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, the Austin location, which did Fallout 76, unfortunately the worst game on this list by far. We have the Dallas and Montreal locations, and then just Bethesda Softworks, ID Software, which of course creates Doom and Doom Eternal, some of the best damn games. We have Machine Games, Modern Wolfenstein series, Roundhouse Studios, Rune 2, Tango Gameworks, The Evil Within, and the upcoming Ghostwire Tokyo, and then ZeniMax Online Studios, who creates The Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. With this one admittedly massive purchase, Microsoft has just gotten its hands on some of the best studios and tech in the industry. The ramifications will undoubtedly be huge. Now, this could be huge for these massive upcoming titles like Elder Scrolls and Starfield, and series like Fallout and Doom. Phil Spencer did say that they will be honoring the PlayStation 5 exclusivity for games like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, because they are supposed to be PlayStation 5 timed exclusives, but I bet that they'll cut that exclusivity like in half. If it was supposed to be a year, I bet that they'll put it to something like 6 months, and this could mean those giant titles like Elder Scrolls 6 might not be multi-platform anymore, and they might end up just being on Xbox and PC, which would be a death blow for Sony. If Microsoft keeps purchasing these studios with massive games, there is absolutely no way that Sony can survive. Sony is tiny compared to Microsoft in net worth, and in 10 years, I don't think that Sony will be what they're known as today. This is literally Microsoft flopping their money penis at Sony. This acquisition could mean so many amazing things for gamers, as this article points out, something that we could finally see happen now that Xbox Game Studios has Bethesda and Obsidian is New Vegas 2. That would be so fantastic in my opinion. Continuing on with the article though, while we wait for the fruits of the partnership, more Bethesda games are going to be making their way over to Xbox Game Pass, both for console and PC. Some, like Fallout 76, 6 were already available, but we can assume that in future Bethesda games, they will start to appear on the service at launch. This was actually confirmed on Twitter. Every new Bethesda game will be put onto Xbox Game Pass, which is just another huge win if you are a fan of Xbox Game Pass. I talk about Game Pass all of the time. I think that it's really great. It's a really great value, and I think that this even adds more to it, and I didn't think much more could be added to Game Pass, but Xbox continues to surprise me, and in such a good way. This is obviously a massive power play against Sony, who's possibly made deals with very big companies like Square Enix. I mean, let's look at Final Fantasy for a minute, a huge franchise that Microsoft gets seconds of. Final Fantasy VII was a timed PlayStation 4 exclusive. Final Fantasy 15 wasn't, and we saw that Final Fantasy 16 was announced at the PlayStation 5 event, but we have no clue if that's exclusive. So Elder Scrolls could be Microsoft's answer to something like Final Fantasy. Giant franchise versus giant franchise. I think that this is going to force Sony to respond, maybe even by making purchases themselves. People think that they're going to buy Konami, but that's just a rumor, and a rumor that I personally don't believe because we've heard it for so long now, but I definitely think that Sony has to step up their game now. Now, I had actually tweeted this out, but Microsoft purchased Bethesda with games like Elder Scrolls, Starfield, and Fallout for $7.5 billion, when Disney only paid $4 billion for Lucasfilms, which got them Star Wars. Microsoft is not fucking around. Now, I've said in the past that I think that this is going to be the last set of Xbox consoles. They don't just want people to know Xbox as a console, they want people to know Xbox as the ultimate gaming experience for anyone to access, which is why they're creating things like xCloud and Game Pass, so it's more of an experience than just a console. And with acquisitions like this, I can definitely see them continuing to go in that direction. They are really pushing for the next generation of games to be bigger and to be better, and for them to be in the #1 position and no one to be their competition, and I definitely think that they're doing good with that. They're clearly playing the long game here. They're releasing a more powerful console without any games that run only on it, but it's using hardware that's faster than the competitors, which shows that they're betting on this machine over time. And an acquisition of Bethesda is the same. It's not going to be finalized until probably sometime next year, and they still have to honor those timed exclusivity deals that I talked about. It could be years before we see Bethesda becoming a first-party only developer. A lot of people are saying that I don't need a Series X right now because there's nothing on it that I can't run on an Xbox One or a PC, and that's true, but Microsoft is at the very least betting that they're going to see our money sooner or later. Company gains aside, though, this is a huge win for gamers. I really think that with huge budgets, Bethesda can go back to creating amazing games and less games like Fallout 76. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, though, and my thoughts, please make sure to give it a like and share it. And of course, if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.